Govberg, and welcome to the world of Oris. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper usage, care, and maintenance of your Oris Big Crown Propilot Calibre 111. Now, this is a manual winding timepiece with a 10-day power reserve courtesy of an exceptionally large mainspring barrel in the Oris manufacture movement contained within. To wind the watch, take the crown and thread it counterclockwise until you feel it physically pop. At this point, it's out of its threaded sleeve, and now you can wind the timepiece. Now begin winding the timepiece in a clockwise direction. Several dozen turns will be required to fully energize the watch up to its maximum rated power reserve of 240 hours or 10 days. Now as you near the terminus of the power reserve gauge, fear not, there's no danger of damaging the watch. Oris uses a decoupling device for the mainspring, such that as the mainspring barrel winds and reaches capacity, it will simply slip and relieve excess strain. Therefore, you cannot accidentally overwind this watch, though it is a manual winding timepiece. This is an exceptional safety feature that Oris has engineered into its proprietary caliber. Once you see that the power reserve scale has reached its end and has ceased to advance, you've fully wound the watch. At this point, there are two features that can be used to more precisely set your timepiece: stop seconds and the quick set for the date. Now, the best way to use stop seconds, which is also known as hacking, is to wait for the seconds hand to reach the index at 60. Once it reaches the index at 60, effectively the start of a new circuit, pull the crown out, 2 detents from winding. Now you've stopped the seconds hand. Find an accurate online atomic clock to reference. At this point, adjust the watch such that you see the hours match and the minute hand is 1 minute ahead of your reference time. As soon as your reference time has caught up to the second and the minute, push the crown back in, resume the beat of the balance. Now you've synchronized your watch precisely. There's a quick set feature for the date at 9 o'clock, which allows you to rapidly cycle the date, so should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month, you can easily and quickly adjust it. Now, the system allows you to cycle through the dates with nothing more than a quarter turn of the crown. However, take note, between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m., the arc through midnight, the watch is engaged in automatically changing over its date indication, and attempting to use the quick set while the watch is jumping its date automatically can crash the movement and cause great damage. So always take care, never use your quick set date between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. If you must advance the date through this period quickly, turn the physical time, the hours and the minutes around the dial to jump the date. Never use the quick set. Now, there are several areas of hazard to take note of when wearing your watch. Of course, water, magnetism, and shock being these. First of all, water resistance is an absolute paramount consideration because it governs almost every aspect of the security of your watch through bathing, summer season, perhaps showers. Keep in mind that you can avoid accidental drowning by always keeping your crown screwed in and flush to the case. Attempting to remove the crown or use its setting or winding functions when there's water on the case, not even submerged, just water on the case, can bypass the seals and introduce water to the interior of the watch. So keep the crown secure against the case whenever the watch is wet. It's also important to remember that leather, as featured here, is a porous, natural material that is never water resistant. Therefore, ensure that the watch is on either a bracelet or a water resistant textile or rubber strap prior to immersion. Also, water resistance, unlike mechanical specifications, is not a static feature of a timepiece, and over time, as lubricants degrade and seals age, you will find that water resistance ebbs relative to its factory rating. Therefore, Oris recommends having your watch water tested annually at an authorized service center. This is best done prior to the start of the summer season. Finally, this watch does feature 100-meter water resistance. Every Oris features its water resistance blazoned on the case back, so you can always check for reference. This is sufficient for bathing, showering, splashes, or even swimming. However, it is not suitable for professional diving. Now, magnetism is a great threat to the precision of your timepiece because it threatens the ferrous hairspring at the center of your watch's balance. When the heartbeat of your watch becomes magnetized, it can keep erratic time, operating very fast or very slow. It's important to keep the watch remote from the closures of wallets and purses, refrigerator doors, speakers, subwoofers, and MRI equipment, as all of these can magnetize the hairspring and cause erratic, inaccurate timekeeping. Should you suspect, due to such performance, that your watch has become magnetized, take it to an Oris authorized service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize your watch. The final hazard that you'll face during your ownership experience is shock or concussion. Now, while the watch does feature shock protection on its caliber, nevertheless there are certain activities so severe and violent that Oris simply recommends you avoid them altogether while using your watch. These include tennis, golf, batting, firearms marksmanship, or the riding of ATVs and mountain bikes. Simply disuse the watch during these activities. Ultimately, every fine mechanical timepiece, such as this 10-day proprietary caliber, will require a comprehensive factory service. Now, Oris recommends this every 3 to 5 years, depending on the complexity of the watch and the observed performance. It's best to simply have your watch checked for total condition and performance each year at your annual water test. Now, comprehensive service will include restoration of case finish, restoration of hermeticity or watertight resistance, and of course cleaning, oiling, and adjustment of the caliber itself. This should be performed exclusively at an authorized Oris service center where specialized equipment, trained personnel, and original factory replacement parts are available to protect the value of your watch as both an instrument and as an investment. Moreover, only these agencies are able to back all labor and parts invested with an Oris factory service warranty. Finally, call, text, or email our experts at govbergwatches.com to learn more about the care and use of this or any Oris fine timepiece.